everyone, today I'm going to show you how to make these super pretty double bowed boutique bows with obviously the Colourpop tails. I'm going to do this one. I'm going to attach the freehand and the template versions of how to do this tutorial just to speed things up for you, but this is what it will look like. And there we go, just move these out the way. And you'll need, for your measurements, it's all in 1.5 inch ribbon, and for the main part for the boutique you need one piece at 60 centimetres, one piece at 36 centimetres. We are going to pin in from both sides at 12 centimetres, so 12 centimetres from that side, 12 centimetres from that side. And the base bow is a simple loop bow with a tail, and like I said, it is 1 inch ribbon again, and it's 1 × 65 on a 5 inch template, and it needs 8 stitches to get 4 creases. And this is what I'm talking about, the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's what it looks like. Okay, so get everything on with everything, and I'll just put that there so you can take a screenshot if you want it. There we go. So the first thing I'm going to do is we are going to put the little side bows in, just to make things nice and easy when we put everything together. So right on the 12 centimetres where we've pinned, you want to go from above 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is what you get: in 1, 2, out, and on the back 1, 2, 3. Put that out of the way. Try and make them as even and spaced as you can. And then you want to wrap that round a couple of times, nice and tight. And stitch off in the back just like you normally would. Now when you're doing these little small bows, instead of using 9mm, if you have it, use 6mm. 9mm works, it just looks better with the slightly smaller rather than our standard width. So only a tiny bit, just makes a little bit of a difference to make them look neater. But like I said, if you haven't, don't worry too much. And I thought I'd try and get in the Valentine's spirit with my ribbon today. So exactly the same amount on both sides. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, in, 1, 2, out, 3 on the back, because it's all about balance when we're making bows. And again, you get your nice 3 creases. Wrap round a couple of times, nice and tight. Stitch that side off in the back. Careful you don't cut that little bit there. And this is what you will have at the moment. Move my ribbon, my thread. Okay. So yes, what we're going to do now is we're going to put the ribbon centres on, because it will make it much easier. If you forget and leave them, it's a little bit trickier when they're already wrapped into the bow. So I always do it at this stage, because like I said, it's all about making life easier rather than harder for ourselves when we do these makes. And this is such a pretty style. So I'm going to take our slightly smaller ones, and you don't need very much, you only need a couple of centimetres, so I do about 4.5, maybe 5 max. I've got my glue gun on. Just untangle my wood burner that's in the background. And we just want a little lighter. Heat seal that so it doesn't fray in our bow. Tiny touch of glue, turn it over, get rid of my glue strings, and we're going to wrap this round at least twice. And I like to do it so it matches the main colour of my main ribbon. So once, round again, directly around that original piece, nice and tight. There we go, I've got a little bit over. I just want a teeny tiny touch of glue because we don't want this to come all the way around, because we want this hidden behind the back of the bow. There we go. So there's one side, and then we're going to do exactly the same on the other one. On the back, watch your fingers, don't get any glue on them like I just did. And wrap round twice, nice and tight, right round that centre, all the way around. Get your little overlap, a little bit of glue there. Just going to heat seal this bit as well, because I don't want that bit fraying, because that's a bit that's most likely anyone's going to see. And there we go. So we've got two super cute little bows, and these are going to be our side bows. And then what I like to do from here is, if you fold it in half, take your lighter, and I just crease that centre, because that will help us line it up in a minute. And then we've got our 60 centimetres. I will fold it in half, like so. Heat crease centre, and then what I've done to work out my complete centre is I've done this as well, just to get a little central mark. And then I've heat sealed my ends, folded them, and done a little pinch on each side as well. And then what you want to do is, we're going to use the figure 8 method. Now you could do it this and it will get you a bigger loop, but I like to do a tighter one on this one. So bring it in so it's fully over there, and your little guide here is directly lined up there. And then you can just pop your pin in to hold that in place, because you don't want it moving around. And then we take this side and we do exactly the same thing. We want to make sure it's nice and even, that it's exactly on the centre. So we want a square here. There we go. So it's all even and lined up like this. And I'm just going to take this and pin that all the way through my layers. I'm just going to reheat seal that, because I don't want any bit that's in the middle. And this is what the back will look like, and this is the beginnings of the front. So what we do then is you take it and you fold it in half directly like this. You want your 2 loops, and this is where your lines are to guide to your centre. So again, put a little crease in each side so you're certain where you're lining up. The more even these are, the more even your loops will be, and the better the balance of the bow you'll have. Open it back up, and again, working from this side, you want to line it directly over. Just going to move the pin. So see where that triangle bit is? It wants to be completely over, lined up against that triangle. We want to do exactly the same this side. Overlap it if you need to, which you will. And again, use your crease. Crease from that point directly over the other line, right as that triangle is. And this is the back of the bow. This is the front, and as you can see, that is the boutique type shape. Now with this piece, where we've creased our centre here, instead of doing it the bit that's already going this way, go against what you think would be. So go it so it's going over the one that's underneath. and use this one again to line it up. So like I said, work out the centre, make sure it's completely lined up with the points, and I use those clips to clip that in place, and I can move my pin out of the way. And then take this side, again don't forget to heat seal, bring this side and over. Now you can use slightly less ribbon for this, but what I do is I always use just a little bit more, so in case your bows take them a bit shorter, you've got a little bit to work with, and if you need to cut down you can. It's better to have that extra than not. You could probably get away with 34. Wrap it round, opposite side, so this one's like this. Make sure it's all lined up so that your loops are matching your original one. Again, clip that all in. There we go. And this is what the back will look like, and this is what the front will look like. As you can see, you can start to see the shape now. And we're going to take a thread, move that clip out of the way, make sure everything's lined up, and you want to be going in through that base of the point there. I'm going to do 6 stitches. 1, 2, 3. Take your clip off this side. 4, 5, and your 6th one will be going up through the corner of this end. There we go. So in 1, 2 out, and on the back you'll have 1, 2, 3. Pull them along, and then bring them together for 3 nice even creases. Wrap it round super tight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stitch off in the back. There we go. And this is the look that you will have. So you've got your bow this side, your bow that side. Got the cute love hearts all the way across. There we go. I'm going to leave the excess thread, and as you can see, you've got your love hearts flowing this way round. So what I'm going to do is make sure it's the right way up. So I want it so it's matching this. And I'm going to take that wrap and I'm going to use it to wrap the base and this one together. You can glue instead. It's entirely up to you. I just do it this way. And I always leave my tails on my base bow. Even if I make my base bows first, I always leave my tails and wait till I've built the bow completely to see how long or short I want to keep them depending on the style. So with this one, I think I'm going to cut it down to about here. So I'm going to take a centimetre off. So I'm just going to line them up together and take about that much off, so about half an inch, say, and then what shall I do with them? Do a curve down and then a curve up. But like I said, you can spike them, you can curve them, you can do any design that you want as long as you heat seal them in the blue clear bit of the lighter. Once you're done, so they don't fray, you can do anything you want. There we go. It's got a nice alternative little cutesy tail there. And then I've got the matching 9mm for the centre. We're just going to attach our clip, and this is a 55. Touch glue across the centre. Hold that on the back a second. Touch glue there. If you need to heat seal your ends, mine were already sealed. Around the centre again. And then I wrap round twice. One. Well, whatever once on this one. I normally do twice, but it's entirely up to you. Just going to cut that extra off. Watch your bow. Pop that open. Heat seal there. Glue on this side. There we go. And that's what it looks like at the moment. And then I haven't decided. I'm contemplating. I think that one might be a bit too bright for it. I'm contemplating adding a little bit of sparkle to this one, so tell me what you think. Thanks for watching, bye!